recipient, Curtis Jr. Gregory. Curtis Jr. Gregory was born in Camden County, North Carolina. He graduated high school from P.W. Moore Jr. and Senior High Schools, Elizabeth City, North Carolina. Upon graduation, he enlisted into the United States Army, did his basic training at Fort Gordon, Georgia, followed by logistics, advanced individual training at Fort Dix, New Jersey. He went on and received additional training as a quartermaster at Fort Lee, Virginia. After completing his quartermaster training, Curtis was assigned to Fort Sam Houston, Texas, and trained as a medical supply specialist. Curtis then deployed to Van Tao Bay, Vietnam, and joined the 36th Evacuation Hospital. Many of Curtis's friends paid the ultimate sacrifice while serving their country in Vietnam. At the completion of his Vietnam tour of duty, he was reassigned to Fort Sam Houston, Texas, as a logistics specialist with Headquarters and Headquarters Company, 1st Battalion Medical Field Services School, Brooke Army Medical Center. After completing his 3-year enlistment, Curtis took a job with turbine support in San Antonio, Texas. However, after 3 months, he re-enlisted and was assigned to the 6th Maintenance Battalion in Germany, known as K-Town. Following this assignment, he was transferred back to Vietnam and was assigned to the 290th Quartermaster Support Unit, Cam Ranh Bay, for another year's tour of duty. Following his second Vietnam tour of duty, he was assigned to Fort Bliss, El Paso, Texas, the United States Army Air Defense Center, for 3 years. From there, he was assigned to the 1st Cavalry Division, the 1st Infantry Division, the Big Red One, at Camp Casey, Korea. After 3 months in country, he was medically evacuated back to Fort Sam Houston, Texas, due to a severe case of frostbite. Once Curtis recovered, he was assigned to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. His next assignment was Headquarters and Headquarters Company, the 194th Armored Brigade, Fort Knox, Kentucky. From Kentucky, he was assigned to the 709th Military Police Battalion, Frankfurt, Germany, for 3 years. After Germany, he was assigned to the Santa Ana Recruiting Battalion, Laguna Niguel, California. His follow-on tour of duty was back to Germany with the 37th Field Artillery Battalion. His next and final assignment was Fort Hood, Texas, joining the 97th Armored Division. And after 24 years of service, Curtis Jr. Gregory retired from the United States Army. Curtis earned the rank of Sergeant First Class. His awards and decorations include the Meritorious Service Medal, the Army Commendation Medal, the Gold Star Recruiting Badge, and the Certificate of Achievement. His civilian career spanned over 20 years in various capacities with the United States Post Office. He is married to Velma Johnson Gregory. They have 4 children and have 2 grandchildren. Curtis attends Agape Christian Church, and he received an associate's degree from St. Mary's University. He has served with the Bexar County Buffalo Soldiers for 22 years, and Curtis represents Augustus Wally. Ladies and gentlemen, Curtis Jr. Gregory. recipient, Alfonso Hudson. Alfonso was born in Jacksonville, Florida in 1943. He graduated from New Stanton Senior High School in Jacksonville, Florida in 1960. Upon graduation, he enlisted in the United States Air Force where he completed basic training at Lackland Air Force Base, San Antonio, Texas. After basic training, Al received a direct duty assignment as an administrative specialist to the 363rd Tactical Reconnaissance Wing, Shaw Air Force Base, South Carolina. After this assignment, Al deployed and was assigned to the 16th Tactical Reconnaissance Squadron of the 460th Tactical Reconnaissance Wing, Tan Son Nhut Air Base, Republic of Vietnam. After his Vietnam tour, Al was assigned to several different duty stations. Some included Shaw Air Force Base, 9th Air Force Headquarters, the 1009th and 475th Tactical Fighting Wing in Japan, the 3526th Student Squadron, Williams Air Force Base, Arizona, and the Air Force Military Personnel Center, Randolph Air Force Base, Texas. He was assigned to Headquarters Air Training Command as the Pipeline Flow Manager, monitoring the flow, ladies and gentlemen, of over 75,000 airmen in various training seats, and the 39th Combat Support Squadron, Ankara Air Force Base, Turkey, as the non-commissioned officer in charge of the Consolidated Base Personnel Office. Alfonso retired from our Air Force in 1988 at the rank of Senior Master Sergeant. Senior Master Sergeant retired Hudson's awards and decorations include the Meritorious Service Medal with 2 oak leaf clusters, the Air Force Commendation Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, Distinguished Presidential Unit Citation, the Air Force Outstanding Unit Award with 1 oak leaf cluster, Air Force Organizational Excellence Award, Air Force Good Conduct Medal with 1 silver oak leaf cluster and 2 bronze oak leaf clusters, National Defense Service Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Air Force Overseas Long Tour Ribbon, Air Force Longevity Service Award Ribbon with 1 silver oak leaf cluster, Non-Commissioned Officers Professional Military Education Graduate Ribbon, Small Arms Expert Marksmanship Ribbon, Air Force Training Ribbon, Republic of Vietnam Gallantry with Cross with Device, and Republic of Vietnam Campaign Medal. Alfonso has an Automotive Associate's degree from St. Philip's College and a degree in Human Resource Management. His civilian career spanned over 7 years with Motorola Automotive Division in Seguin, Texas, in various capacities. Al is married to Olivia McCrae, and they have 1 daughter. In addition, Al has 2 daughters and a son from a previous marriage. Al has 5 grandchildren, 4 boys, 1 girl, and as well 6 great-grandchildren. Al is a member of the American Legion Post 800. He's a founding member of the Bexar County Buffalo Soldiers Association. He represents Medal of Honor recipient Sergeant Henry Johnson, Company D, 9th United States Cavalry. And his hobbies are restoring vintage automobiles, raising beef cattle, and horseback riding. Ladies and gentlemen, Alfonso Hudson. next recipient, Turner Norris McGarity. Mr. McGarity was born in San Antonio, Texas on 13 February 1947. He graduated from Philip Wheatley High School in 1964. Turner enlisted in the United States Army and completed basic training at Fort Polk, Louisiana, and advanced individual training at Fort Jackson, South Carolina. In April of 1966, he was assigned to A Company, 87th Infantry Mechanized. From November 1967 to January 1968, he attended postal school at Fort Benjamin Harris, Indiana. In January 1968, he was assigned to the 502nd Administrative Company, Postal, 2nd Armored Division, Fort Hood, Texas. He then transferred to Headquarters and Headquarters Company, MTC, Fort Sam Houston, Texas. In December 1969, he shipped to Vietnam and was assigned to the 199th Light Infantry Brigade. In October of 1970, he was reassigned to Headquarters and Headquarters Company Medical Training Center, Fort Sam Houston, Texas. In February of 1972, he was assigned to the 228th Postal, Frankfurt, Germany. From February of 1975 to June of 1981, he was assigned to the 1st Cavalry Division. From June of 1981 to October of 1983, he was stationed in Bremerhaven, Germany, with the 111th Postal Detachment. In November of 1983, he was assigned to Headquarters, 5th U.S. Army, Fort Sam Houston, Texas, where he remained until his retirement on 1 February 1991. Turner Norris McGarity achieved the rank of Sergeant Major. His decorations and awards include the Legion of Merit, Meritorious Service Medal with 1 oak leaf cluster, the Army Commendation Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters, Army Commendation Medal, 7th award, Non-Commissioned Officers Professional Development, 4th award, Overseas Medal, 2nd award, Army Achievement Medal, National Defense Medal, Vietnam Service Medal, Republic of Vietnam National Campaign Medal, Army Service Medal, Expert Infantry Badge, Expert Marksmanship Badge. Turner's military education includes 8th Infantry Division Non-Commissioned Officers Academy, U.S. Army Postal Service, United States Army Inspector General, and United States Army Sergeant Major Academy. Turner's civilian education includes Central Texas College and San Antonio Junior College Associate's degrees, and University of Texas San Antonio bachelor's degree. After retiring from our Army, Turner served as Assistant Commandant, Corps of Cadets to Texas Military Institute from 1993 to 2009. Sergeant Major retired McGarity was inducted into the Texas Military Institute Hall of Fame in April of this year, 2022, because of his dedicated service to the Corps of Cadets. Sergeant Major McGarity's wife is Barbara Ann, and they have 2 children and 3 grandchildren, 2 lovely girls and 1 handsome boy. Deacon Turner McGarity has been a member of the Friendship Baptist Church for 53 years. He loves working in his church. He is the president of the Ushers Board number 2 for the past 10 years, has been past president of the Joint Usher Board. He spearheads the church tape ministry and works on the church repair committee. Sergeant Major McGarity was the president of the Bexar County Buffalo Soldiers Association for 4 years, and he represents Henry Flipper. He officiated basketball and football with the University Interscholastically in the Texas Association of Sports Officials chapter for 28 years. The Sergeant Major's hobbies are horseback riding and playing golf. Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, Turner Norris McGarrett. Ladies and gentlemen, our next recipient is Kenneth Vaughn. Kenneth Vaughn was born in Waco, Texas on 26 July 1947 to Hazel Todd and John Vaughn. His great-grandfather was beaten, shot, and hung 21 August 1895 by the Ku Klux Klan in Waco, Texas, which greatly impacted Kenneth. He graduated from Moore High School in Waco, Texas. Shortly after high school, Kenneth volunteered for the draft and joined the United States Army, completed both basic and advanced infantry training at Fort Polk, Louisiana. After his training, Kenneth was assigned to the 24th Infantry Division's Drum and Bugle Corps, Munich, Germany. Later, being transferred to Company A, 1st Battalion, 21st Infantry, 24th Infantry Division. While in Germany, he performed special duty at Checkpoint Charlie at the Berlin Wall and at the Spandau prison in Berlin, guarding none other than Rudolf Hess. After Germany, Ken transferred to Company C, 3rd Battalion, 21st Infantry, 25th Infantry Division, Schofield Barracks, Hawaii. While assigned to the 25th Infantry Division, he deployed to Vietnam. Kenneth was initially in 11 Charlie, part of an 81mm gun crew. Later, Ken moved to an 11 Bravo rifleman and often performed search and destroy patrols. After his Vietnam tour of duty, Ken was assigned to Fort Hood, Texas. During his assignment at Fort Hood, he appeared before a medical review board, which rendered him medically disabled and was discharged with 100% disability. Ken achieved the rank of Staff Sergeant, and his decorations and awards include the Berlin Occupational Medal, the National Defense Service Ribbon, Vietnam Occupational Medal, Combat Infantry Badge, CIB, and the Vietnam Service Medal. After his discharge, Kenneth enrolled at St. Philip's College and earned an Associates of Arts degree in Surgical Technology. Ken began his civilian career initially working at Texas State Hospital as a behavioral medication specialist for 4 years, modification specialist, for 4 years, and then worked for Cresthaven Children's Center for 2 years as a unit director. Later, Kenneth worked for the San Antonio Register, a black newspaper which no longer exists. He owned and operated the African American Times newspaper and simultaneously owned a limo service. He also coached Pop Warner football, ladies and gentlemen, for 26 years. Trooper Vaughn has served 22 years with the Bexar County Buffalo Soldiers Association. Trooper Vaughn represents Buffalo Soldier recipient Sergeant Brent Woods. Trooper Vaughn was baptized at the New Life Baptist Church and is currently a member of the East St. Paul Methodist Church. Kenneth is married to Deborah Crawley Vaughn father of 6 children, 18 grandchildren, 32 great-grandchildren. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenneth Long. I'd say he's been very successful. Next recipient, Oscar Vicks. Oscar Vicks was born in Forest City, Arkansas on July 24, 1950. He graduated from George Washington Carver High School, Memphis, Tennessee in 1968. He was drafted into the United States Army February 5th, 1970 and completed basic training at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, advanced individual training, infantry at Fort Polk, Louisiana, followed by airborne training at Fort Benning, Georgia. After 2 weeks' leave, Oscar deployed to Vietnam on 10 July 1970, initially stationed at Cam Ranh Bay. While in Vietnam, he was assigned to Company C, 11th Airborne Brigade, Americal Division, 23rd Infantry Division. On 30 October 1970, he was wounded and paralyzed his left arm during combat at Big Red near Chu Lai. He was medevaced to Japan for surgery and 16 days later was sent to Brooke Army Medical Center, Fort Sam Houston. While at Fort Sam Houston, he was ordered to appear before a medical board, resulting in his medical retirement from the Army receiving 50% disability rating on 21 May 1971. He achieved the rank of Specialist 4th Class. His decorations and awards include the Purple Heart, the Vietnam Service Medal, the National Defense Service Medal, Combat Infantry Badge, the Parachute Badge, the Expert Rifle Badge, M16 Rifle, the Marksmanship Badge, M60 Machine Gun, Good Conduct Medal, and the Sharpshooter's Badge. After leaving the Army, he was employed by the United States Post Office. Mr. Vicks' civilian career with the United States Postal Service was from March 1972 until he retired in June 1993. He married Miss Doris Pickett on 27 July 1972. The Vicks are the parents of 2 daughters, and they are blessed